And where else can you start a business and start earning money immediately? Consider this very smart financial investment here for $90.
Very smart according to who? Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. We've got Mary Kay today. This is a top leader, a leader of some sort, that is training on the Mary Kay business opportunity. I don't believe we've reacted to her yet on my channel, so this should be a fun ride. Let's get the into it.
Hey, good evening. Welcome to Winning Wednesday. I'm going to start out with a video and then we'll be right back for some introductions and the topic of this evening.
We believe passionately in entrepreneurial fire.
Oh my goodness. This video isn't even showing on the screen. Also, can we talk about her background and how it's very clearly not her place of residence? She is using that generated background on Zoom. It's really bad. Like, just go up against the wall. We don't have to do all this. This is too much.
We believe passionately in entrepreneurial fire, in giving everyone, everywhere, the chance to do their best and
This is so interesting. Does she know that the video's not showing? So this entire video that she played as an introduction did not show at all. It was just her awkwardly looking at the screen, looking away, fiddling with things. So we're just gonna move along and get back to the part where she's speaking. I really don't think she had any idea that was happening.
What an awesome video.
Oh, well, gee, we wouldn't know.
Let me come back to my screen and introduce myself. So,
why don't you own an apartment building?
Because clearly she's living in a mansion. Why would she need an apartment building?
I'm serious right now. Let me show you a path that could change your life, your financial.
Okay.
What the hell was that?
See, we're always in training. Good evening. I am Deborah Johnson, beauty consultant, sales director, and future Pink Cadillac unit with the Dream Catchers.
Oh, Lord have mercy. The future Pink Cadillac unit. It's funny to me that the people who have the Pink Cadillac, they call their unit a Pink Cadillac unit, except the only person that gets access to a Mary Kay Pink Cadillac is the leader of the unit. Everybody else just gets to say they're part of a Pink Cadillac unit, but they don't actually have a Pink Cadillac. They just helped the person above them get their Pink Cadillac, and their presence on the team or unit helps the unit leader keep their Pink Cadillac.
My, what a tangled web.
So for those who are either listening to this recording or on this evening, this really is just a very comprehensive discussion on just what a Mary Kay business looks like, what it can provide, all the opportunities, the flexibility. So let me start with just sharing a little bit about myself. So I have been representing Mary Kay for 35 years.
35 years. And she still hasn't made it to a Pink Cadillac unit. If that's not telling, I don't know what is. She's been in for 35 years. They've had Pink Cadillacs forever. That's been a thing. The car program in Mary Kay.
It's a Mary Kay car.
And she's still not a Pink Cadillac unit. Hell, she doesn't even have a red jacket.
Actually, more than that. I was in my very early 20s when I was invited to a woman's home, a friend of mine who was having a skincare party. I fell in love with the skincare. And I remember leaving out of there with a very bright purple lipstick, which was not quite my color, but
it's like me and my black lipstick.
Hella scary.
Why didn't nobody tell me that looked horrific? I'm really disappointed in y'all. Some people come for me hard for certain things in the comments, but nobody ever said that that black lipstick looked as horrific as it looked.
I, at that moment, got myself a consultant number and joined to be a beauty consultant for the 50% profitability, the discount. So yes, we have by far the best compensation model for direct sales, and we are a direct sales company. So back to my story, I did that for decades. So I was single at the time, then I was married, I had children, 3 children, and always just continued getting my products for myself. And there are no quotas. there's no territories. So a lot of women do just what I do.
There are quotas. I guess you could say there's no sales quota, but the Mary Kay representatives, as far as I can tell from what I've found in all of the content that I've created across Mary Kay, there is a ordering requirement for you to remain an active beauty consultant. You can't just not order for months at a time and still be a beauty consultant with Mary Kay. You do have to put in a wholesale order of a certain amount. If I can find it, I'll put a screenshot of it here on the screen, but I have mentioned it in my other videos as well. There is a quota, not a sales quota, but you ordering wholesale quota.
They join because they love the products, and a 50% discount is pretty smart if you're financially savvy, and daring enough, because I think a lot of women just don't. They feel like there's some hook, there's some catch. It's almost like it's too good to be true, so it can't be real. I can testify for over 35 years. I have been able to get my products at 50%. Did I get some customers along the way? Of course. Friends, family, when people knew what I did. And of course, we share that we're at least a Mary Kay Beauty consumer, a consultant, and that, yeah, we can get the products for people we know. So fast forward the clock to just 2 years ago. I was in corporate America for most of my career, healthcare primarily, and in particular, medical transcription. That may or may not mean anything to anybody on here tonight, but medical transcription has been kind of slowly but surely being replaced with technology. So
that is scary to think about. This has nothing to do with Mary Kay, but it is very interesting to see different professions just getting phased out by AI. Medical transcription is one of them. When I was in school for medical assisting, we learned medical transcription. We had tests on transcribing. It was something I was actually super interested in, and a friend of mine used to do it as well. And there used to be a good amount of money in it. Now it's almost obsolete because of AI. It's kind of crazy to think about. Also, I will say, if you are in a position where AI is taking your place, first of all, I am so sorry. Secondly, don't join an MLM. It won't replace the income from that job, at least not for a very long time, and not permanently. It's not sustainable. There are other options. Anyway, that had nothing to do with this video.
Sorry about that.
I knew that eventually my very cushy, well-paying corporate position was going to eventually, let me loose. And so it was March of 2023 that I did get, that call into the meeting, and they told me that my position was being eliminated, and I was prepared. My Mary Kay business became my plan B when COVID hit, actually, because I thought, well, here we are. People were losing their jobs, things were uncertain. A lot of people started working from home, and a lot of people were let go. So that was when I, in my mind and even in my inventory, started pivoting and thought, okay, this is going to be my plan B whenever that time comes. So I had, because I was in the culture and the
Culture. The cult, you mean?
community, I had had many opportunities to attend meetings, events. Gosh, we have 4 events every year in Mary Kay, leadership or just training events. Awesome, awesome. The culture is um, really kind of your faith first, family second, and career third. And in corporate America, and for anybody who's worked in corporate America, you know that that is not at all how corporate America treats women. It's like, it's almost a burden if you say, well, my kids are sick, or I have to take care of this, or I need this time off. You're made to feel guilty. And a lot of times it could actually impede your career growth or your career path.
I don't think she's wrong there at all. As a woman who has had to deal with those things in corporate America when I was working in the medical field. However, I also think it varies greatly depending on where you work and who you work for. The point that she's trying to make does still exist. I don't think it's as bad as it was anymore. And I think it plays on the vulnerability of women who do want to work and encourages people to join things like Mary Kay, where they're not likely even going to make a red cent to help with finances of any kind. I think it's dangerous. I don't like when they play on that vulnerability, because entering an MLM is even worse for women, in my opinion.
With that company. So I immediately reached out to the national that I had been introduced to. I would go to her studio. I knew her well enough. We had chatted many times. And so I called her when that moment came, and I said, okay, hey, I've got till the end of the month, and then a 6-month severance. And after, 15, 20 years with the same company, that's all I got was 6 months of severance and a goodbye. Nothing more than that, which is very common as well.
That sucks.
So she just said, well, congratulations, let's get going. So in my first year, I did become a director, sales director, and I earned the first free car that you can earn with Mary Kay. So yes, you can earn free cars. There are 3 levels. So I have a silver Trax, which has Mary Kay all around the sides and back.
How mortifying. You guys know in your Mary Kay cars, you have to know that people walk by that and just laugh. If you know what goes into a Mary Kay car, it's ridiculous. If you didn't know, let me give you a brief little rundown of what happens. There are heavy qualifications for this car program, and every month you have to hit those qualifications. And if there is a month or two where you don't hit those qualifications, you are responsible for paying that car loan. Mary Kay will not send you the money for that car loan or lease. So you are responsible for paying the lease. And if you don't, guess whose credit that hurts? Not Mary Kay's, not Mary Kay's son, not her grandson. It ruins yours because you didn't hit your qualifications and maybe you don't have the funds to also pay the lease on your own. Then you're in trouble. It's not your car. It's Mary Kay's car, and you're paying the dealership a monthly lease to use that car. And if you default on the lease, that goes on your record. That's a trap.
And it is free. And Mary Kay also, the corporation, pays 85% of the auto insurance and tabs and plates for a car. So
if you reach the qualifications every month.
Who listening to this may find that very advantageous. So if having a free car provided by Mary Kay for doing your job sounds good to you, let's talk. I also have earned numerous beautiful pieces of jewelry, from earrings to rings.
Their jewelry looks like costume jewelry. I did a whole video on a lady who lost her pink jacket with all her bees on it. It all looks like costume jewelry. They're like, it's got diamonds in it. So it's the diamonds that are so small, like the scraps of diamonds that they have clustered together to make it look like one big stone. And the quality of the stones are not good. The jewelry in Mary Kay is a selling point for a lot of people, it seems, but it's garbage in my opinion. You'd spend less in terms of how much time it takes you to earn the money going to K Jewelers or Zales or your local jeweler and getting a piece that's actually really nice and high quality and custom. Even you could get a custom one for probably less time it would take for you to earn the amount of money or points you needed to buy it from Mary Kay.
Just again, by doing what I should be doing anyway, and that is just talking to women, inviting them to try the products. And so I call ourselves the future Pink Cadillac Dreamcatcher unit. So again, 63 years. Let me tell you a little bit about Mary Kay, the company. You saw it in the video. 63 years is almost what we're approaching come September, and it's August right now. So let's just say it's 63 years ago. We have proven to just thrive as the years have gone on. We're pandemic proof. We are recession proof. In a recession, the things that people do not get rid of is cigarettes, alcohol, and skincare, cosmetics, soaps, the beauty. We still have to be living life, right?
Yeah, but there's less expensive items. We start to cut what we're spending on those items. We might not cut those products and items out completely. For example, I'd love to go to Sephora and get all of my makeup, but I'm typically at Walmart or Target getting less expensive makeup. You know what I mean? Mary Kay thinks their prices deserve to be up there with Sephora's. So most people aren't going to be as willing and able to repetitively buy Mary Kay as they are Target and Walmart products. Times are tough out here. It's not a good time to join Mary Kay and hope that people will pay ridiculous prices for not the best quality makeup.
And especially in today's age or today's era, with inflation and everything costing so much, I've never seen so many families and women in particular needing extra income. So this is where, again, if you need, whether you need an extra $500 a month, or whether you're looking to, maybe you don't have a job or you don't like the job you have, I always say to women, what do you have to lose, right? It costs $35.
Money, $35. $35 is money. What do you have to lose? Every penny counts. I know we don't make pennies anymore, but you know what I mean. Every nickel counts.
For $35, you actually can get started. You get a consultant number, you get some brochures, some samples, and a very professional Mary Kay website, as well as a ProPay account, which allows you to do business transactions with credit or debit cards. That's what the $35 gets you started with. Um, and where else can you start a business and start earning money immediately? And that's what this affords you. So for $35, you can get started this evening.
Where else can you make money right away? You follow that up with,
For just $35, you too can start making money right away.
what? What? Not only that, you're giving them false hope, because people need to have some kind of following and trust within the audience that they are presenting Mary Kay to before they will even maybe see a profit. Most people who join multi-level marketing companies like Mary Kay end up losing money, or at best breaking even.
But on startup, and you have today or 15 days beyond your startup day when you actually submit your agreement to consider this very smart financial investment here for $90.
Very smart according to who? You, who wants these people's money. I'm willing to bet that most financial advisors who are qualified to financially advise you will advise against doing this. They will tell you this is not very smart. In fact, it's not even a little smart.
You get this beautiful black bag.
Oh, wow. The black bag that looks like every other black bag you could have gotten at the Clinique counter when they used to give away, I think they still do it, but they used to give away like a bag full of sample size stuff when you bought, I don't know, perfume or moisturizer. That's what these kits always remind me of. It's so funny.
Which you can carry things around in. You get a flip chart. I mean, I'm not going to read the whole page, but it gives you everything you need to do skincare parties, product samples. And the amazing part of it is you get retail sized products that actually, this $90 starter kit, you can see some of the pictures here, is worth over $450. So for $90, you're investing in your business and getting a $450 starter kit. So you have 15 days from the day you sign up. If it is not a financial question, I would say get it right away, because then you get to start your business with everything you need. And the beautiful thing is you get me as your coach, as your trainer. You get 63 years of training and education materials. You get an entire website that walks you through, and there's videos, there's tutorials, and it's free training. So
Is it free training? If they have to buy a certain amount of wholesale every so many months and also pay $35 just to join, where is it free exactly? They're paying for it somewhere.
again, where else can you start a business with that price point? Get all the training you need for free. People pay a lot of money, right, for college educations.
Yeah, but you're not getting a college education here, lady. Nope, not even close. You cannot compare joining Mary Kay for $35 to going to college and getting a degree. They are not the same. Nope.
And you have a coach always who is available to you. That is Mary Kay pays me. So let me use that as a nice segue to Mary Kay. A Mary Kay business is very smart also, because you'll hear people in today's world saying, well, we need multiple streams of income, right? Um, there are multiple streams of income within a Mary Kay business. So I mentioned the profitability of just sales. You can sell products, you buy them for $1 and you sell them for $2. So as you're selling products, you're making 50% profit, and that's right in your pocket that same day. So where else? Then you're not waiting for a paycheck, and it's not just a once a month or twice a month or maybe once a week. Some people still get a weekly paycheck.
However, there's no guarantee that you're even going to sell one product retail. There's zero guarantee. You have to have somebody to sell it to. Who's buying it from you? Do you have customers already? These people have no customers in most cases. So it sounds great in theory, but that's what it is. It's just a theory.
This could be every day. You could actually earn money every day.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I saw it. And I know you probably commented before I saw it. Somebody has commented before they got to this point of the video to mention that she has Primerica bookmarked on her tabs. She's just a multi-level marketing, isn't she?
In Mary Kay, if you're selling products. The second stream of income is, as I mentioned, the car. You can earn a car as a director or not as a director. And again, you can take cash or the car, but a free car with no auto insurance payments and no tabs to the state you live in, that's a pretty nice deal. Then you also can earn as a director if you choose a career path. And we are looking for leaders. It is so important right now that we continue passing the baton. Mary Kay Ash was a real person who just wanted this company to be profitable for women, pay them what they're worth, allow them to live in a culture that allows us to prioritize our faith first, our family second, our careers third, and earn what we're worth, work in and around our life. So you choose whether you want to work 5 hours a week and earn money with Mary Kay, or whether you want to work 20, 30, 40 hours a week. You can do that. And we need leaders. So Mary Kay Corporate pays me to teach other women how to do what I'm already doing or done.
They do? Or do they pay you based on what you and your team order and sell?
So I teach women how to get their business up and going. How do you gain customers? Because another stream of income is residual income. So as you're building a customer base, we have the top brand loyalty in cosmetics. So women, once they're using it, unless you fall off the face of the earth, which unfortunately does happen a lot, Mary Kay beauty consultants start a business and then they decide it's not for them or whatever. And then that customer base that she was serving, has to find somebody else. But I call it roll out of bed money. So if you have 100 or 200 customers over time, and everybody's reordering every 4 to 6 months, you can see where each customer becomes residual income with her 2 or 3 orders a year times 100, 200. I mean, you choose, and you can build your customer base as fast or slow as you want to. Another stream of income is trips, and then we call them Disney gifts, or princess gifts. There is jewelry that
Oh, the princess gifts. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Again, costume jewelry. And I hate that they call them princess gifts. First of all, y'all are queens, okay? You're over the age of 13. Y'all are fucking queens. We don't need to be getting princess gifts in our fucking 40s. Give me a break. It's also, to me, it looks like love bombing to keep these people in the culture of Mary Kay. If you earn some jewelry, you're likely going to stay longer because you got a gift, and you might get another one if you stay even longer. And I know that there are jobs that give like gifts on Christmas and whatnot. That's different. When they talk about the gifts within the MLM, it feels very much a way that they rope more people into staying and thinking that they're going to find financial success when the likelihood of that happening is so slim according to statistics.
I've got 2 beautiful, beautiful rings that I've earned in my 2 seminar, which is our annual conference every year, that I've earned with those beautiful rings. You can earn trips once you get into the director realm and you're building your team into, a nice empire. And these are all expense paid, luxurious, top of the line, like business class, stellar. You pay for nothing and you get to bring a guest. So whether that's your significant other, your partner, if you don't have that, you can bring a sister, you can bring a friend, whoever you want to bring, but it's a +1 and you're treated like royalty. So those are the many different ways that a woman can start up a business. And
Many different ways a woman can start up a business. Joining Mary Kay. That's the only way that you told them. There's so many other ways that women, queens, can start their own business, can do their own thing, can make money on their terms without joining a multi-level marketing company like Mary Kay.
What is beautiful about what I get to do every day is find women And again, Mary Kay, her philosophy was she felt that everybody really walked around with a sign that said, make me feel important, make me feel worthy. And it's our job a lot of times as women with women to help a woman feel beautiful and give her that confidence. So here we are. Um, what do high achieving women start a Mary Kay business, or why do they? Well, it's confidence, it's the car, it's the advantages, it's a challenge.
You should never tie your confidence to anything else but yourself. And when you tie it to Mary Kay, you're playing a very, very dangerous game.
And I will say, if you are the kind of person who feels like they're just kind of floating and coasting in life, and you're wondering, this is like, I feel like the hamster on the wheel, right? I get up, go to work, come home, eat dinner, do whatever, go to sleep, do it all over again. The beauty of Mary Kay is we are always growing and we're always challenging each other and we're always supporting each other. But we've got book clubs and studies, and it's just a lot of personal and self growth.
You could do that outside of Mary Kay. In fact, I highly encourage it. Find women's groups. If you're religious, find church religious groups, not Mary Kay religious groups, because they have those. Anything you might have in common with somebody. Go find groups of people like that. There are groups for everything these days. And do it without the intent to sell to those people. Do it with the intent of learning who you are and growing as an individual and building your confidence even more than it already is. Joining an MLM is not going to get you there. It might move you further away.
Right. Before I run out of time, I think the other thing I just want to show you, this speaks to, again, the company that's been around for, this was showing 60 years. We're now 63. But you can just see we have actually 1,600 patents for our products.
Who's we? You didn't create those products, ma'am. None of the beauty consultants did. Mary Kay, the corporation, has more than 1,600 products. You have none.
Testing and quality, high quality. Lots of accolades for a company. Let me see if I can move this down. Positive impact to our communities and environment, because Mary Kay has two arms of philanthropy. One is for domestic abuse for women and children. And you can see over here, $200 million has already been shared out in the community for both the domestic violence and then cancers that affect women in particular. 1 in 3 women are victims of some kind of domestic violence, and that does not have to be just physical. I think we tend to, that's our first thought.
Overall, I hate multi-level marketing being tied to any kind of fundraising and charities because there's an ulterior motive there. I can appreciate that they are donating to these causes. I think that it is important to raise funds for these causes and donate to these causes when we're able, if that's something you believe needs help. I don't love how it looks. To me, personally, it looks like they play on the vulnerabilities of women who may be in abusive relationships or have been in the past or know somebody that has been, and ropes them potentially into Mary Kay and makes them think they can't leave Mary Kay because Mary Kay is so amazing for donating to this cause. I don't like when it ties those types of things together, and I see things like that happen a lot. Like within Mary Kay, they tie it to religion a lot. So somebody will think, oh, if I leave Mary Kay, God is going to be mad at me because he wants me to be here. And I feel like that falls the same way when we're talking about a fundraiser for domestic violence. Like people who are trying to support the cause might think, well, they support a foundation that helps women and children get out of these situations. So I can't leave, even though it might be doing harm to your finances, to your mental health, to your relationships, whatever it might be. I just don't like how those are all tied together. Again, I'm not against donating to these things. I just see the ulterior motive.
Physical, emotional, financial. And this is where this company, again, you can earn as much. There's no ceiling. The sky is the limit, honestly. If you are interested in really changing your family's legacy, your own legacy, that your future family, your future children, your future grandchildren, this is an opportunity. And one last thing, yes, we buy inventory, but it's an option. And another just kind of security net or low risk, if you want to look at it this way, the company will, let's say you join tonight, and in 6 months or 9 months or 10 months, 12 months from now, you say, this just isn't the right time for me or whatever. I'm not going to do this. The company will buy back your products that you've bought in that prior 12 months. So let's say it's 11 and a half months, because I would hate to say, don't wait till the 12th month. But anything you bought in a 12-month period prior to quitting, as long as it's unopened and not used, they will buy it back. They destroy it, but they'll give you 90% of what you paid for it. So talk about no risk. I mean, if you bought the starter kit in the beginning and got 350 or the $450 in bonus, you're walking away ahead. And I can guarantee you'll be all the better for it.
You can guarantee that? That's a strong word to use.
And then what I want to say too is maybe in a million years, you're listening to all this and you say, that's great, Deborah. It's not really for me. You still can be a wonderful talent scout for myself, for whoever invited you to listen to this recording, because you know women that we don't. And so if there is a woman who has been speaking about, gosh, I need to make some more money every month. I got to get rid of this bill or this debt, or I got to move, or whatever that may be. Or maybe it's just because things cost that much more, right? Please, now you have someone you can refer her to, and that would be, the best thing you could do for her and for us.
I hate that she is literally asking people to prey on people who are potentially, vulnerably sharing their potential financial struggles on social media about not being able to afford groceries or whatever. She's encouraging people to go after those people to join Mary Kay. And joining Mary Kay requires you to hand over money that could be going to groceries, gas, utility bills, any of those things, instead of a Mary Kay join kit that does not even guarantee any kind of even return on your investment at all. It's gross. You're asking them for money while they are saying they're having financial difficulty.
Because I am so grateful that a woman like Mary Kay, and especially back in the 1960s, she really stepped out in a bold way and decided to do this. And I know she has impacted millions upon millions of women. We are in over 35 to 40 countries other than the US. And so many thousands and thousands of women in the United States building a Mary Kay empire of their own. The business model is very simple. It's all mathematically driven. So again, you have to be coachable and teachable and understand the math behind the numbers. If you want to make $2,000 a month, okay, there's a math formula that you need to look at and say, okay, I can do that too. I honestly think that for tonight, that probably is it. I like to keep things short and sweet. I hope this has given you enough at least to say, oh, yeah, I want to have that conversation. I would love to have a conversation with you. And really, here's what I always like to say is, what do you have to lose?
$35.
And if you were to choose saying yes tonight, why would you do that? Like, what is your why? Because I think everybody in any business has a story of, well, why am I here? Why did I choose this job, this career? Why am I doing what I'm doing? Right? What is your why? And then let's fill it. So thank you for tuning in. Um, I would love to have a conversation with you. Talk to your consultant, whoever shared this with you. And if that's me, let's chat. Until then, have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Yikes. Anyway, that was awful. It might sound appealing when she's telling you all of the things you can earn and where they donate their money to, but she's still asking you for money, and there's no guarantee you're going to make it even back. So don't join a multi-level marketing company like Mary Kay. Anyway, as always, thanks for hanging out with me while I talk a bunch of shit, and I will see you in the next one.
What an awesome, awesome video.